make sure that you are actually doing some kind of power tests. You should also do some usability test, and around up to 5 to 10 people you should say you should hire, or you should call up to your office and give the product to their hands, and what they really think, they should think out loud, and then you will have a test protocol, and based on your test protocol you will ask some questions, and they will think out loud and tell you that what they feel. You should record that and give this feedback to the product managers. If you do this usability testing, a lot many things you will be able to find out in practically in the app. Okay. In test automation, now I wanted to show you an open source tool called Calabash. Okay, because there is a couple of videos I shown here. Calabash is the tool which I identified and ended up after an year of searching for a mobile test open source tool, which is really easy to write scripts. The scripts are really in a readable format. I can show you some scripts. If you see the scripts, this is the Cucumber scripts. When I press sign in, then I wait for 1 second, I clear input field number 1, I enter my username into the input field number 1. So this is actually a test case in Calabash. This is a test case. People who don't know anything about Java, anything about technical logic or code, they can be able to write steps. What I mean to say is, this is really simple. People lost touch to technical code. They don't. They used Java 10 years ago, and you are actually asking them to do some automation in mobile. They may not be able to do that. But if you use Calabash, it's very easy to set up, for example, and then run. Actually, right now, see, I have this script here, which is like I have my emulator up here. I have this command prompt where I am going to just issue a command, because, and it is actually also a complete suite that when you are trying to create and build Calabash. So Calabash, you should go to calaba.sh. If you type that in Google, you will be able to find out. Now I'll try to run a simple test case. I'm just saying Calabash Android run, because I installed this framework. Calabash uses this particular Cucumber script, what I'm going to call, will use Ruby as a backend. Ruby uses Robotium as a backend. Robotium uses the Google instrumentation as a backend. It's almost it's like doing things in Robotium. So like, now I am going to just run this script. It's running my scenario. Okay. Testing my first script, which is there. This is a feature. My file is signin.feature. This is a scenario. I'm testing my scenario. Then I wrote the steps. Okay. You could see that actually it is trying to communicate with my device. Probably it is inactive for a little bit longer time. But Calabash is the tool for mobile testing automation. So I request all of you advanced mobile testing users, automation users, should really use Calabash for your automation purpose. And it can test real devices. It can test 2 devices at a time. There is a company called Less Painful is taking care of it and maintaining it. So the support and update is also quick, and it's completely open source. Okay. And browser testing, I had listed out some browser testing tools. Like for example, you are actually making mobile web app, for example, mobile.google.com, mobile.facebook.com, m.twitter.com. But you can use directly, you can use W3 mobile OK checker or Google mobilizer to make sure that is it well structured, that you can just do it in a few minutes. You will be able to tell you what are all the problems are there in that particular mobile web pages. And you can also use Opera Mini Simulator to check whether your how it will look like in Opera. Basically, you should really test your mobile web app in, for example, based on the browser engine. So Apple and Android and BlackBerry, all of them uses WebKit as a browser engine, which the engine which renders the elements in the screen. So you should test in either Apple or Android and Opera. Probably you should test, for example, Nokia phones if you are also delivering mobile, because Nokia uses Jico as the browser engine. So you should also test with one Jico engine. So you should really search what is really a browser engine and who are all using what browser engine. Based on that, you can strategize your mobile browser testing. Okay. And I also want you to subscribe to this Mobile QA Zone, which is a community for mobile testers. And there is a chat box here. Is there people are available, and you can sign up and you can chat with the users who are all doing mobile testing. There is a lot of materials and content we are adding there. So I want you guys to check there. If you subscribe, I will be there. Other people will be there. If you're getting into some practical problems of a mobile testing advanced level, we will be able to fix that and help you out. I listed some links: Calabash, Appium, and you should also take a look at this Quirks mode, which is actually if you are developing a mobile web app, you should really check out Quirks mode, and you should be able to get a lot of inputs from there. In the end, I have a little bit cheat sheet. It starts from the basic users, how to start learning mobile testing. I actually answered that go to android.com and download Android SDK and then start building your first app. How to test iPhone applications. You should have iPhone and a Mac and Xcode, because like you need to run the automation and all that. So you cannot test the iPhone applications in Windows. Do I need to buy a tool for mobile testing automation? The answer is no, and you should use Calabash. How can I take my application logs when I'm performing Android manual testing? You can, if you have Eclipse, you can go to the DDMS and take it. You can also use an application called alogcat, because sometimes your customers may be saying some problems that they are, and then you cannot ask them give me logs. So you can ask install alogcat, which will actually log all the things which is happening in the Android mobile, and then you can ask them to save that, and then you can get that. Okay. You can also use Android Monkey for stress testing. Okay. If you don't have a Mac and you have an iPhone for testing the iPhone application, and you can use iPhone configuration utility, you can search for that and then use that to take logs. Okay. And then you can screencast your Android applications using Android Screencast. And for iPhone application testing, you should register your UUID with the build system. So you should take your developer's help for that. Windows Phone testing, you should really have Zune and Zap installer. Okay. So you should also have the developer account, because without developer account your Zap installer will not work. Okay. Why mobile testing strategy is important? Because you need to cover the different networks, different OS, different screen sizes, different processor speeds, and different OEM vendors. So you should really define a strategy. What OS I am going to test my app? Because you may be really testing and everything will be fine, but after that it may not be really working for a user. So you should really form a strategy. Telerik for iOS, I want you guys to check. It's an amazing tool. You can record and play back. Okay, but only thing is you need to add the libraries and build the app. But web apps are directly testable using Telerik. Okay. So this is how it goes, and I think I'm almost in the end. I also want you guys to download Nimbus and give me feedbacks about that, because like being an application, it has 10 platforms. It's available in 10 platforms, and you can also go to this Nimbus beta group to make sure that you also join in there and help me in testing. Okay, so my final slide, I hope. I thank you, all of you, that joining and watching it. Probably some of you will be watching this in offline. So, but you can shoot out your questions